Good evening, and welcome to the March 2026 meeting of the City of Scranton Zoning Hearing Board. Will now come to order. Will the zoning officer please take roll?
Mr. Morris. Here. Mr. Walsh. Here. Mr. Welby. Here. Mr. Gattens.
Here. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
In accordance with the Pennsylvania Sunshine Law, this board shall render a decision on each case either at the end of each hearing or within 45 days of the hearing. If you are to give testimony in the case, please come to the podium, raise your right hand, and wait to be sworn in. After being sworn in, state your name and address, and proceed with your testimony. Also, anyone giving testimony who does not become a party to the case may obtain a written decision from the zoning office. I also have two announcements of law. If you are granted a variance or a special exception, you must wait 30 days from the date of our decision to obtain the necessary permits to start the work. However, you may obtain permits sooner by signing a waiver that any work done during that 30-day period is at your own risk. A favorable decision by this board shall expire 12 months from the date of said authorizations in accordance with Article 10.3C of the zoning ordinance. If you fail to obtain the necessary permits or do not comply with any or all of the conditions of said authorization, you must seek an extension. Remarks from the board? Mr. King, can you attest that the postings are out?
I do.
I do have one announcement. We're going to make a little change when testimony is given tonight and carrying on into the future. When the applicant comes up and gives their testimony, and we request at that point there, if there's anyone from the audience, we want the applicant to sit at the table, not at the podium. And when anyone that comes up is finished with their testimony, the applicant can come back over the podium. All right? We just feel sometimes it's intimidating when there might be two or three people with the application up there and a single individual has to come up that's not used to speaking or anything, and they get nervous and stuff. So from this point on, that's how we're going to handle it. Thank you. We're ready for the first case.
Case number one, Nicolas Vorburger seeks variance to change two-family home to four-family home at 1320 Prospect Avenue, R9 zone.
Yes. Nicolas Vorburger, Nicolas, V as in Victor, Orburger.
Could you pull the microphone up?
Absolutely. Much better.
You can proceed.
All right. So today I am here for 1320 Prospect Avenue. Recently it came to our thing that it is a 2-unit mixed-use commercial. We purchased this property a number of years ago, and the way that it was, we purchased it from a gentleman named Tim. The way that he has it set up, or he had it set up, was it's a front apartment, a back apartment, a third apartment in the rear, and then a top apartment. The front apartment was occupied by Tim. The second apartment was by his daughter. In the rear, it was a gentleman named Ronnie who is still there. And then there's an upstairs fourth apartment. With me today, I have plans that I had drawn up highlighting the 4 units. May I approach?
Before we begin, what year did you buy this?
I'm sorry, one more time?
Pardon me? What year did you buy this building?
2019, 2020, so
What year did you buy the building?
a number of years ago. I'm off the top of my head, I'm not sure.
Did you buy it?
Yes,
And you don't remember what year you bought it?
it was a number of years ago now. Around
That's not a good
2020, it was
answer.
over COVID.
Because this was before us a couple years ago. The same building. And we turned it down, and yet there's people living in apartments that we turned down, so I'm not sure.
Right, I stood in front of you guys last year, I was here.
Yeah, we turned it down, right?
Yes,
And there's people in the apartments?
yes.
Yes. So you did it illegally? If you were turned down, should be nobody in them apartments.
Well, we were turned down, but there was nothing further happened. We already had people there.
Well, if you're turned down, the answer is no.
And then today we were coming for it to.
But I mean, I'm worried about, from that meeting to today, where you took it upon yourself after this board turned you down to let people stay in that, which they shouldn't have been in the first place because they weren't legal apartments. So let's continue. I just want to get that out there because I talked to your tenant today and he told me everything was full and they've been living there for a while. So I thought maybe you just bought it. That's why you're coming with it.
No.
Go ahead.
All right. 2021.
Good. Thank you.
And then I have another pamphlet, if I could approach again. So then to give you all a moment to go through, but highlighted in the packets, I have photos of all of the apartments, from the bathrooms to the bathrooms and the kitchens. All the forms of egress for all 4 apartments are there. As you get towards the rear of the packet, there also is photos for parking, as it's 1 parking spot per unit. I have 4 parking spots there that are already carved out, and then there is also additional space for parking if it were needed.
So where the commercial space was, is that where the apartments were converted?
That's where, yeah, the front of it, they had it, what lots of people tell me is years ago they had it as a printing shop. It was originally a printing shop. So that would have been the front, and then that would be the commercial, yes. Listed on that one, I believe it's apartment 1.
So, Mr. King, so this was before us not too long ago. How long ago was that?
I'm looking for that. I'm not finding it. I do remember, because I remember talking about the print shop. I don't,
Bizignani Print Shop is what was in it.
yeah. I'm looking through here. I'm not finding the previous application.
Bizignani Print Shop. And prior to that, years ago, it was Canella's Market, which was my father-in-law, years and years ago. I'm going to be straightforward with you. And the apartments look nice and everything. I just don't guess. So why are you back before us? Did someone say you had to come back? Did the city approach you or anything?
I want everything to be legal. I want it to be legal and
But it took you 4 years or 2 years to figure out it was illegal.
oh, no, we went,
He said he wanted
we
to.
want to make sure everything's in good shape, and
How many trash fees you paying on that building?
one more time?
How many trash bills do you have for that building? You don't know?
No, I would need to consult with my accountant.
It was October 24,
Okay.
the last application.
So City has the garbage fee, $350 a year. That comes out of your real estate taxes. Do you pay that?
Yes, real estate taxes.
How many? 4 times? 4 properties?
No, it's not going to be 4.
Could
It's
I-
a 2 unit, right?
4.
Right, but it-
plus 2.
I think
Yes.
it's registered as a 2.
That's why I'm trying to,
Yeah.
it should have been registered as a 4 back then.
Do you pay the trash fee for each apartment?
Yeah.
So you would have to pay.
I'm going to assist my son.
I don't know. Yeah, you can swear him in, yeah.
I will. My name is Jean-Louis Vorburger. Jeanlouis, and last name Vorburger. So, what was the question?
Go to the microphone.
Right. Well, I'm sorry. Good evening, everyone. So
No,
what?
the question was, is it registered for 4 units or 2 units right now?
Each time I send it in for 4 units, and then Robin sends it back saying that it is a 2 unit. And then I paid for, we pay for the 2 unit, and last time we came in front of here, what I understood is that the documentation was not sufficient, so I got the advice to have all the paperwork that Nicolas now distributed to show that it is fully in conformity, that it has the parking. Last time, I do not really know why it was refused, but that's the past, and we have the right to ask every year.
Sure you do.
So we are here to give you now all the documentation to show that we are fully in compliance. The zoning person.
I just, I don't know, is this your son that's here, or? Yes? Okay.
Yes.
I don't know if your son was, I just don't understand, because you came before us last time. You came
Yes.
before us, yes. And if we turned it down, we didn't allow the 2 additional apartments that we were looking for at that time. By rights, them 2 apartments should have been empty all that time, correct?
Last time there was no explanation, and then I was given the advice to have proper documentation because it was perhaps light on the documentation. So now we have all the documentation in place showing that it has parking, it has the bathrooms that existed, there are 4 families living there, and now it depends if you say yes or no. I hope that it is going to be a yes this time because it is what it is. We are not. I'm not trying to save. If you want, I can show you the documentation that I sent to.
I believe you. I just have a concern whether it's you or anybody else that comes before this board after the fact. You have tenants in there already. I spoke to your tenant today. All your units are full. So there's tenants in there prior to this being approved.
Okay.
Correct.
See, if we go to the record last time, when you denied it, I asked specifically the question, what do I do now? And the answer is nothing.
No.
We can go back to the record. It's not a problem. So
We're
last time-
done. When we rule yes or no, this board is done. It's up to the applicant to appeal it to the courts.
Right.
So,
So
I mean, if you didn't appeal it, that's on you. Like, we're done. Like, we'll make a ruling today, yes, no.
right.
We're done with the case at that point there. That onus falls back on the applicant. So, all right, we'll move on with this, all right? If it does get approved, I'm going to put stipulation that back parking needs to be paved. So I'm telling you straight up front, so
Yeah,
we
the par-
understand
yes,
each other,
The parking
okay?
is not a problem.
Okay.
I will, absolutely. We are not what I want to say on the record, we are not doing anything under the board and without informing. So the application, when you looked at the application every year, I apply for 4, and then the thing said, no, it's registered for 2. I pay through to the internet because now you have a website. I pay the amount, and then, like I said last time, was saying, what do we do? Do we have to destroy it, whatever? And then the question is, no, they have nothing to do, and that's it.
We would only accept the registration for 2 because that's the only zoning approval they had
Yeah.
is for 2 units. We're certainly not going to take rental registration money for a project that was turned down. And the last I have for refuse was 21, 22, and 23, 2 units each of those years.
Okay.
So,
Go ahead, Sean. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, just one more quick. Mr. King, as it sits right now, it's, did you say neighborhood commercial? Is that what that's listed at? Can this still be a commercial property since it was prior, or?
I don't know how long that's been closed, but, yeah,
About 5 years.
about 5 years. If they haven't made any changes to it, and if it's still physically a commercial space,
It's an apartment.
but if it's been converted into apartment, I would say they abandoned that commercial use, and
Okay.
they couldn't open that back up.
Thank you.
And I would like to add that we are not looking to do it, to make it a commercial place.
No, he's not asking that. He's just asking a question. So then, just for my clarification, when they eliminate the printing place or the commercial part of it, should that have come before us for become an apartment?
Sure.
Yeah. So, I mean,
That was
there we go again.
prior.
Yeah. All right. Questions or anything?
No.
Is there anyone else here to give testimony in this case? Please come up. Gentlemen, if you could sit over at the table. You could come up.
My name is, pardon me. So help me God. My first name is Jody, Jody. Last name is Ty, Tighe. Sir, to begin, thank you for the opportunity for me to be able to speak before you. I am currently a resident who has the glory, I use that term loosely, to be your resident. I'm not late, I'm not loud, I'm not disrespectful. I shovel my neighbors' snow, I shovel their snow. They don't cut the lawn, and when they say that they're gonna have somebody do it, they don't do it. I do it, I'm a Marine, that's what we do. I don't overbear. My principles, my 13 Marine Corps principles on them, but I promise you, they use psychological terrorism to offset me. They call the police on me, up to snuff on all, and no issues with me as a tenant. They called the police because they felt that they had the opportunity to have a key to my room. It took an officer to come to them to say, you don't have the right. Then they wanted to throw me out in the street. The officers had to tell them.
I can interrupt you, and I can understand your feelings, your emotions, but we're only here to hear the case about these
I
two additional
apologize.
rooms.
Sir,
No, that's okay. I can understand
To
your...
be more on topic, that speak more to character.
No, you're just fine.
They are not up to snuff. I told them and asked them for when I first moved in, could you please put in a fire alarm? Could you put a smoke alarm? Could you put a radon detector? Did you? No.
All right, then.
And they wouldn't. They're not. They lied to you. They're not up to snuff. They're not trying to be up to board with you, sir. And please pardon my passion if I was out of tact.
I appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for allowing
Thanks
me
for
to
your
testify.
time. Thank you. Anyone else here? You can go back over.
Mr. King, what is the process after, if there is an approval on this? Are these units inspected after that?
Usually, if they have to do work to bring them, or, usually when it's a conversion, they have to do some work, add walls and
Right.
things. And
Well, obviously,
and
I
then
mean,
there
from
would
the-
be then there would be an inspection.
I don't know if you saw the pictures or not, but it looks like it's all done. I mean, could that be a request from us to be inspected if it was approved?
I don't believe so.
Well, wouldn't it come under the rental registration that none of these were probably ever inspected by the city?
I don't know if these were inspected or not. I can't see that
My
here.
guess is no.
But
Okay.
Well, if they were never registered as an apartment, then they wouldn't be inspected. Now,
Well,
but if-
they try and inspect them all, but it's a couple-year period to get to them all.
Okay, thank you.
Dan, could we legally request that or not?
We can request it. Whether it's going to happen or not is another story. We don't have the power over that department to make them do something.
Thank you.
We're going to put anything on this for
Yeah.
pavement?
Yeah.
So,
I'm okay with that.
yeah. Now, one condition, if this is approved, we're going to put a condition on it that the parking in the back area is going to be required to be paved within 30 to 60 days of approval, if it's approved. We'll say within 60 days of approval, Dan.
And I would also request, if it happens or if it doesn't, if it does get approved, that we request some inspections on these apartments as soon as possible. I'd make a motion.
I'll second it.
Mr. Chairman, I think as part of your conditions, you can make a rental inspection a condition of the approval. I know we could get the rental inspectors out there as long as Mr. Vorburger would allow the inspection. I think we could get that done quickly.
So if we request an inspection, as part of the approval, if it's approved, are you open to have the inspectors come in and inspect the apartments?
Absolutely, yes.
All 4 apartments.
All four, the whole building, yes.
Okay.
It's normal. That's a normal procedure, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Well, it will be
normal,
this
but
time.
he's saying there's no smoke detectors, that's concerning to us.
If I may respectfully not even answer this question, because obviously we have an issue with this gentleman, so I respectfully request that I do not, these are his statements, and I do not want to make additional statements regarding the gentleman, that's all.
That's fine.
Thank you. Yeah, if we can request that, that would be great. I
And
make a
then-
motion with the,
And it's noted in our minutes that he did approve,
Yes.
so. Second.
Second.
Take a vote.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Morris?
Yes.
Mr. Walsh?
yes.
Mr. Welby?
No.
Mr. Gattens?
No. By a vote of 2 to 2, you've been denied. And my no vote, and it's this way it goes into the record, is because the way this was handled from day one, where nothing was done legally. And ignorance isn't an answer. If you didn't know what you were supposed to do after that last snow, that falls on you. You could have called the zoning office, got a correct answer. So by a vote of 2-2, you've been denied. Thank you.
So what is the decision?
Denied.
It says,
Denied.
it's denied, so it is denied?
Denied.
So how many, I heard yes, yes, yes?
Yes, no. I vote.
Thank you.
If you're not clear on what you need to do after this, contact the zoning office. Mr. King, I'm sure will be glad to tell you
Right,
where to
that's
go.
what I did, that's what I did last year, and then,
Well, I mean, call him and talk to him. This way you get a better understanding. I'm giving you the best advice I can give you.
so right now,
Right now, it's no.
I understand. So
Yeah.
the gentleman who lives in one of them, he needs to go then, correct?
I don't know which one he lives in. You're the landlord, sir.
I'm asking.
You want to be vindictive, go for it, but that's on you.
So you know.
So two of your units, if you don't appeal this or go any farther, 2 of your units need to be emptied out.
And you can't be targeting that gentleman
Does he
because he spoke against you.
live in the building that we're talking about or the building that you have next door?
He's in the building that we're speaking of.
That was big,
He's
okay.
he's here.
Again, that's up to you, you know.
So right now it's a 2 units, so he's in one and another gentleman is in one, so they need to go, correct?
Yes.
You're giving me the possibility to throw them out.
Oh, I'm not giving you permission to do anything. That's on you. Don't drag me down that road. I'm just telling you at this point here, just like the last time, you were denied the occupancy of them apartments.
Right, but
So-
if you could kindly explain the reason.
My reason was because I've been straightforward right at the beginning with your son. The way it was handled last time, you came before us, we turned you down.
But there was no explanation. So
Sure there was. I remember this case, it's not that long ago. It was probably the same reason, that you had apartments in there, there's people in them before they were supposed to be in them. You know, I talked to one of your tenants today, it wasn't that gentleman, it was somebody else, and he said they've been filled for a long time. So here we are since October of 24, November 24 when you came to us. What's that, 15, 16 months later? Now you decide you want to become legal? It doesn't wash with me. So we turned you down. I got to get the next case up here. If you need answers, call the zoning office.
But it was explained that we cannot come and make it legal for 1 year.
No, no.
That was the explanation. We cannot make
Well,
another application.
I don't know who gave it to you, but I'm sure you got a letter from Mr. Penetar saying it was denied.
Can an application be made faster?
You can make an application every year, but that doesn't mean you get to continue the illegality from year to year.
You will have a right to appeal
Yes,
beyond
you do.
this board.
You have 30 days to appeal.
30 days after you receive a letter from me, that you have the right to appeal.
Okay, so you're saying we need to go to court?
You'd have to go to court.
Okay, understood. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good luck with
do
your
you-
tenant.
Do you mind if I approach? to-
Yeah, you can take them.
We should keep that stuff.
Yeah. There you go. You.
Case number 2, Shawn Bingham seeks special exception to add conversion apartment to single home at 1321 Wyoming Avenue, end zone.
I do. Thank you. Gentlemen, that's a tough act to follow there. I've had witnesses before me, but none like that. 1321 Wyoming Avenue. We currently own the property in the back, the property to the left of it, the property to the front of it, and the property to the left of that property as well. So we had an RFC, a CO inspection performed by the City of Scranton Fire Department, NEIC. We do believe at one time it was a 2-unit. There was 2 gas meters, there was 2 electrical meters, but, you know, we definitely believe that it's been abandoned for, you know, a very long time. There's 2 kitchens in there, first floor, second floor. There is going to be a lot of money invested into that property. There's already been money invested in the property to the left and then out into the front. We also believe that the driveway, we are literally 180 feet off of Wyoming Avenue, and we have the parking out there. We own the parking lot to the left of us, and we also have that huge yard right there. So our questions today is, can we convert it to, instead of a single family, can we put it back to a 2-family, or ask to just have it to a 2-family?
Shawn, do you know the square footage?
Pardon me?
Do you know the square footage?
I mean, they're 1-bedroom apartments, so I could take a guess, maybe 900 square foot on the first, 900 square foot on the top. There's no second egress out the back. I asked the fire department, I said, do we need it? He said no, but my belief is because it's so high up there, if you were out there, you see the back, we will put a set of steps on the back to get the people out the second floor, as well as the first floor. So it'll be a second egress put on.
Good,
Yeah.
thank you.
I know we talked a little earlier, the parking, where were you planning, the front or the back?
No, so you come down the driveway, so it splits over to the left, there's that double unit right there, but then if you went straight ahead, there's just that big parking lot. That's our parking lot for that side. That belongs to 1301. So technically, the house to the left of us doesn't have no parking in the back. That parking's out on the street. So, but that's not the house, that's a separate address. We own it, the same owner owns it, but
So you're coming off of Wyoming?
So were you out to see it?
I was out to
If
see
you
it.
come off the Wyoming Avenue in the driveway and it goes all the way, that's 180 feet back.
Okay.
That's our parking in the back there. So we won't be parking on the street unless they want to walk 200 feet to their house, but when they can walk, they can.
So it won't be in the front yard of 21?
No.
It'll be in the back of
Right,
that
so
lot?
you have the front yard,
Yep,
you have a big yard.
yes, you
But then
do.
you have the parking to the left of it, you saw that. So to the back, we're in the back.
Yeah, I walked
The
down.
house is horrible. Really, it is. We know
I know,
it is.
'cause as I was
The roof is
walking-
falling in. It's about $100,000 investment into that property. And
As I
that's-
was walking down
God bless you.
your driveway between the houses, it was raining shingles because of the wind.
Yeah,
so
but we're
we
not,
didn't stay
we're
there
not
too
going to
long.
dispute the fact that the roof is, the roof may have to be taken right off and replaced.
Yeah, I was dodging roofing nails as we were
Yeah,
walking.
I'm sorry. We had the inspection, so we do have the inspection report. Foundation, there's some damage on the foundation. Like I said, they said we wouldn't require the second set of steps, but we would put that in. We would,
Yeah.
as a condition of stipulation, if we got it today, we would say certainly to that.
Okay. Any questions? Don?
How many spots does he need? Two?
Anyone here to give testimony in this case? All right, I'm going to put the I'm going to carry your stipulation over that a second egress for that second floor take place in the rear of the building.
First and second floor, correct?
Yeah, first and second floor. I'm surprised that the fire department wouldn't require that, but that's their business. Shawn, when do you plan on starting that project if
Well,
you're approved?
we had, like I said, we would have been in there already, but we just waited because we just had the inspection maybe 10 days ago, 12 days ago, so I didn't even apply for permits yet, because I'll apply for 2 instead of 1, and then have to reapply to make it for 2 if we get it. But otherwise, it'll be started. As a matter of fact, I have a text message from him. When can we start working there? I said as soon as the hearing's over.
Okay. It's only 2 spots. Yeah, let it go.
I'll make a motion with the condition.
Second. Let me just make sure I understand the condition. You're going to add steps in the back that would be added for both apartments or just the second floor?
Yeah, a porch on the first floor for first floor egress and steps leading to, I guess, a small porch on the second floor for a second egress on that second floor.
Okay.
Second?
On the question, Mr. Morris,
Yes.
Mr. Walsh,
Yes.
Mr. Welby,
Yes?
Mr. Gattens.
Yes, 4-0, you've been approved.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Stay there.
Yeah, I got New Street. Were you out at New Street? Were you out at this next one? Yeah. We own the one to the right of that. We just redid that whole building.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it came out beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, want to call that one?
Is that a single-family home?
Yeah, that one next door. Do you want to call the next?
Call it, yeah.
Case number 3, Sean Bingham seeks variance to allow front yard parking or in the alternative to allow greater than 60% impervious coverage with side yard or rear yard parking for a 2-family home at 436 New Street, R9 zone.
Did he say
So
Gentlemen, I apologize.
a two-family is permitted in a
Right.
It is.
R9 zone. It's just the parking.
Right.
This is
So
a new
gentlemen,
building.
I apologize. We had the 3 sets of prints that we submitted to the city months ago. So Don King and I have been trying to hammer this out the best way to approach it. So we redrew the prints like 3 times. Each time was like, ultimately, this is where we're at. We built that, we took an old dilapidated home right there, at 436. This is actually 442. I don't know why they have it for 436, but we already did 436, and it came out beautiful. It's the same owner, purchased the property to the left of it, and we're asking to put a 2-family home. It's going to be beautiful, but they're only 1-bedrooms. So they're 1-bedroom homes. So the way we figured it out, impervious, so we don't want to take up all the greenery, and on that street, there's a couple, like 6 or 7 off-street, like driveways that go back. But if you went by, I looked at it, I don't know if you guys did, but they'd be stacking cars there. So once you drive all the way down the driveway, somebody pulls behind you, you gotta come out, move the car. So our cost-effective is the way we like to do it. We have a single 1-car parking, and then we have greenery in the middle, and then another single car parking there. Or the alternative is to run 170 feet of blacktop, which again, it's cost effective. We're not gonna lie. We're asking if we could use, we know the variances that are, we know that the zoning laws, there's no parking in front, we get that. But as Mr. Gattens also alludes to on a number of occasions, you don't like to stack cars. Somebody comes in, parks in the back, he goes to bed, you know, she wants to get her car out, he wants to get her car out, now it presents a problem.
Is that the only way? So when you run your 170 feet of pavement,
Yeah.
is that the only way in? Is there no alley or court in the back of that?
If you look, so there's that little restaurant up on the top, I don't know what it is, it's like they sell milk or something, I don't know what they do, but there's a hill.
Yep.
I think it was like, there's old railroad tracks and stuff. I don't even know if it was a railroad. When we bought it, we cleared that all out. Did you see it's nice and cleared out?
Yep.
We're ready for the dig like 2 months ago, but we're just stuck with parking. And, you know, obviously we'd like to do it the most effective way, cost-effective way and effective way. So we're giving up the greenery and the other way with the parking lot. We're gonna give up a lot of, we're gonna take a lot of the yard. And then we have to, in the back of the yard, we have to put at least, what, 3 spots in the back? 2. I mean, it's gonna be a
So
lot.
the problem I have is this board gets a lot of requests for parking in the front yard, and we tell them no. And, you know.
Sure.
and like you had a case before, it's not that long ago, maybe a couple meetings ago. I think it was over, I forget where, it was over in Greenwich section, someplace lower Greenwich, but they had a driveway there, so we, you know, I think we had expanded 2 spots. You know, it was already in the front of the house. This is taking a property that never had parking in that yard. And I'm concerned, Mr. Bingham, that at this point, we're going to have other people come in with the same thing. And are we going to open a can of worms here with this?
Can we not request pavement?
What would you put in there?
Stone?
I don't think the city allows it. I don't know. So,
Mr. King, do we have to require that to be paved?
No,
Not with 2, no.
no.
Is that doable if we didn't?
We would even modify it.
Could you fit 2 cars back there still?
Oh, we have the room for the, we do have the room
Not
for the back.
stacked, not
Pardon?
stacked, not stacked.
No. Well, here's the problem with the stacked. We can't stop the tenant on the right.
Well, we understand.
Right, so you won't be stacked, so you can pull to the back, car 1, car 2. But if car 1 parks out in the driveway, it creates a,
Well,
it's never gonna create a headache for me, because I'm not gonna be the one to get the phone call, but, you know, I don't know who would get the phone call, you know, the actual
But that's
owner.
out of our hands by then. We just need to see that there's 2 parking.
Right, you would be able to pull through the driveway and slide 2 cars in behind it, yes.
is this driveway between the house that you own, or this gentleman owns already? Or is it on the other
So
side?
the one
No,
set
it'd be
of
the other
drawings,
side.
the one set of drawings was the initial one, because we also need the variance, we also need the egress, or the, you know, we need to be 10 feet away, 8 foot away, right?
Yeah.
So
This setback,
we have to go to the left, because there's nothing on our left. So we have to go to the, we even tried to, Mr. King, remember we tried to turn the house this way? We even turned the house this way. And we submitted a set of drawings to turn the house. So it wouldn't be actually on New Street, it'd be like facing that,
So, just for clarity,
yeah.
You have the vacant lot there now, where you're going to
That's
build.
right. Vacant lot, this is the house, it's good right here.
All right, so what size of driveway if we get,
To the left. So it's the end of the block.
okay,
So 448 New Street, if there's such a thing.
Okay.
But that's where that big wall is, so it's right there on
Yeah.
that wall.
I'm okay if you modify it back there. Okay.
This is, they're not here, so they butt up against the back of the cafe, the
Yeah.
Aid that was there. Right. So his driveway would come along that.
So it's not interfering with another
not the
neighbor,
other side,
right.
This side is the way.
Okay.
Right, correct. And Mr. Walsh, we even shrunk the house down, right, Mr. King? In order to be able to get, in the event that you didn't give the front, we shrunk the house down enough to have enough room. Because we don't have to give any room in the back because there's nobody behind us.
Mr. Bingham, is this a two-story house or what you built over on Broadway over there?
Yeah, you see the Broadway home?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's sort of kind of like that. It'll look like a two-story, but it's not a two-story. It'll appear to look just like the one on Broadway, yeah. That
Is
we
anyone
can't
here
get
to
a
give
store
testimony in this case? Nope. Any other questions? Any more questions? Questions?
So if we do approve the driveway on the side, parking in the back, basically it would be the same layout as 436. Is that what we're looking at?
Not really, because 436 it's similar to it, but it's a little bit different. I'm so confused with the drawings because we have 3 different sets. It's amazing that we actually turned it, twisted it, turned it. So you see how the one on this side, it comes up like this and then it comes out straight like that? That's not going to look like that, but it's going to be as wide as that. So it's going to be like you have an A-frame this side and this side. So, yeah, but it's an A-frame home. I wish I had the plans. They had them over the city.
Yeah, I think, I'll speak for myself, and I know Mr. Walsh in agreement. I haven't talked to the other 2 guys. Put that driveway, looking at the property on the left-hand side, get it to the back of the house, modify it. You don't want a mud hole. And I think we'll be all right. That it eliminates the problem for us down the road.
Perfect.
You know, and you know, I'm sure we sold you know someplace along the line with this stuff. And so with that stipulation, I like to add that stipulation to it, that the driveway be on the left-hand side of the property, looking at the property, to take parking spots in the rear for 2 vehicles
With modified.
with
2B
modified.
stone? 2B stone's good, right?
Yep.
Or if they would want to use a heavier stone, which would be better for them, yeah.
That's your call on
Right,
that.
okay,
You
that's
know, we just want it down.
I'll make a motion with the contingency.
Second.
Mr. Morris?
Yes.
Mr. Walsh?
Yes.
Mr. Welby?
Yes.
Mr. Gattens?
Yes. By a
Thank you,
vote of
gentlemen.
4-0, been approved.
Thank
Good night. Thank you.
See you next month.
Case number 4 is continued, so we're going to move on to case number 5. The Wright Center Medical Group is requesting several zoning variances to build a medical office building at 1721 North Main End Zone. They are requesting relief from impervious coverage from 70 to 75%, parking spaces reduced from the required 60 to 30, curb to shrub distance from 3 foot to 1 foot, landscape buffer along the right-of-way reduced from 3 feet to 1 foot, landscape buffer next to residential district reduced from 10 feet to 5 feet.
Don, while they're getting set up, the Lace Works, did they withdraw or they just ask for a continuance?
They just asked for a continuance.
Thank you.
I do. Patrick McLean, M-C-L-A-I-N-E. M-C-L-A-I-N-E. Thank you, everybody. My name is Patrick McLean. I'm a civil engineer with KSG Engineers. We're located off of Davis Street in the city of Scranton. I'm here tonight to represent the Wright Center for their proposed community clinic located on North Main Avenue in the city of Scranton. The Wright Center currently operates one of the 2 properties that will be combined, and they'll be building a new facility on the combined two properties. So this is the first step in the process. There's a subdivision, and then there's a land development shortly after, which there's a lot, all the other outside agencies, all the other approvals that we need to approach and apply for are coming shortly after, assuming this process works out pretty well. Like I mentioned, the existing facility is in operation right now. It's been operating medical facility for many years. Adjacent to it is a single-family residential house, and adjacent to that, continuing on up the street, is a daycare. To the left side of the property, if you're looking at from North Main Avenue, is a single-family residential house as well. The property is in the city neighborhood mixed-use zoning district. A medical facility is a principal permitted use in that zoning district. And the back of the property is Bertley Court. It's also a zoning district boundary line, and it abuts an R10 Town City single-family residential zoning district. Just want to make you aware of the ordinance requirements for the zoning. I do have 11 by 17s of that big plan that I can put in front of you if you'd like. And would you? I'm not sure if it gets submitted as evidence. I'm not sure how you want to do that.
Is that? Pat, is this it?
That's it, yeah. And you can even have a full size.
Okay, well, this was submitted with the application, so.
So I'm just going to ask you a question for our clarity, as to this way you're going through, we'll understand a little better.
Sure.
The existing building that's there now, used to be a funeral home, whatever it was, it's medical offices now.
Yes.
That's being torn down.
Correct.
And the building, if you're looking at it to the right of it, it's being torn down as well?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
And in place of those two structures is being about approximately 4,400 square foot footprint structure. That will be, the first floor is going to be fitted out at this time. There is a partial basement proposed, as well as a second floor, which will not be fitted out at this time. So it'll just be empty space. The basement will not have occupiable space. It'll be used for service, for storage. There'll be no visitors down there. There'll be some mechanical equipment and whatnot. The variances we are applying for, as Mr. King mentioned, the first one is ordinance section .3.4.14 district quick view impervious coverage. Ordinance requires 70%. We're requesting 75%. Existing condition already exceeds the ordinance requirements, so we're actually improving the existing condition a little bit. The existing condition is about 75%. We're actually only looking for 73. We want a little bit of protection for any random impervious areas that might come up as we go through the land development process. The next variance we're applying for is 7.1.1, table of off-street parking requirements. Ordinance requires one space per 200 square foot of gross floor area. So we're requesting a reduction of approximately 50%. This is the item I'm going to speak about the most. I've provided a bunch of documentation on existing facilities of the Wright Center that they currently occupy. One thing I'd like to, the ordinance requirement for gross square footage requires every 200 square feet of the property provide a parking stall. That includes stairwells, that includes the basement, which they'll be not occupied at all. It includes the second floor that they're not occupying anytime soon, but they are building out, and that's all part of this calculation.
So the second floor space is counted for the parking, you're saying?
We considered it because in the future, 5-10 years down the road, they do plan on fitting it out. So one of the major factors that I'd like to mention is this is a community medical center facility. They anticipate a significant amount of foot traffic. They currently get at their facility, and they expect significant more as they expand this facility. So what I've done here in this document is we've looked at an existing facility that the Wright Center occupies in Archbald, very similar type use, the same type of, you'll see the medical exam rooms, behavioral health rooms, dental operations, multidisciplinary rooms. So what we did is we analyzed the facility in Archbald, which the only foot traffic to that one would come off a bus. It's very limited. This proposed facility has bus service, and they're expecting significant walk-ins. So we looked at it, and The number one person who cares if there's enough parking here is the Wright Center. They don't want issues with parking. They want to make sure their facility can be used and is easily accessible for their visitors, for their patients. So this analysis looks at the existing facility compared to the proposed facility. The bottom number I'd like to point out, number of visitors per day of the Wright Center in German, I apologize, I said Archibald, February 2026 patient count per day is 130 to 160 per day. At their new facility, or the facility that they're at right now, they have 15 to 20 per day. Significant number of them are walk-ins. And I'd like to point out also the current parking at the facility. Well, number one, it's partially in the PennDOT right-of-way. It's not striped. There's a lot of improvements that are needed. So what we're proposing is an improvement on the existing conditions. So that's the number one item I'd like to talk about the most. There are 3 other variances we are applying for, and they involve buffer yards adjacent to right-of-way, adjacent to residential use, and adjacent to a side yard property line.
I'm going to ask you to stop. Let's stay on parking for a second before
Sure.
we move on. So there's going to be 30 spots.
31, actually. 31.
31, so on that footprint. How many
Yes.
employees are going to be taking up those spots?
Good question.
So how about somebody comes up and testifies to that?
Sure.
Yeah.
I do. First name Jignesh, Jignesh. Last name is Shet as in Tom, H.
You can go.
Okay. So,
Just I'll give to the mic, yeah. Thank you.
hi. So I'm a physician at the Wright Center. I'm also one of the executives, so I'm here. Actually, she's right. The employees who will be working there are all here, so they're very excited about the opportunity of moving from a building that's probably 50 years old with a lot of problems and into a brand new building that's not only going to beautify the area, but it's going to be extremely welcome change for our patients. And in addition to the 5 members who are here, of course, there will be some growth because it's a new building. There will be more space. We are anticipating another 3 or 4 employees being added. So at the most, it will be still under 10 employees. We're looking at about 9, maybe 10 employees at any given time. Again, they will also be staggered. So it's not like all employees come to work at the same time. They have shifts that stagger from morning to evening. So at any given time, the max employees we expect is about 8 to 9. And I'm looking at the higher number, correct?
So that
Do you have an estimate of how many patients you would have in the facility at one time?
So currently we have, we see about 15 to 20 patients a day. I may be expecting a 20% growth because the new facility will accommodate more patients, and maybe on the higher side, maybe 25 patients a day. So if you divide it by 8-hour days, you're looking at still 3 patients an hour, maybe 4 patients an hour. The other thing that I do want to make sure that we understand, even when the second floor will be fitted out, I'm hoping it's not going to take that many years. It will be sooner than that because the patients here really need the psychiatry services and they also need dental services. Psychiatry is 100% tele. So even when we add the behavioral health services, our physicians who provide service are remote. Patients are mostly remote. Very few patients come on site for psychiatry service anymore. That's how the world is post-COVID. Psychiatrists don't want to come to work on site, neither do patients. So even though you see technically there are behavioral health rooms on that plan, on the paper you see here, second line, 6+ behavioral health rooms. Ideally, they just have computers. If the patients come in, they are on the computer. The clinician is not there. It does not add staff member. Secondly, half of the patients that are seen in that service line are remote. Dental operatories, I do want to point out, as we have seen in our other clinic, patients who come from medical service are the same. Generally, the patients also getting dental service on the same day. Patients try to come in on the same day. So it's not like doubling the amount of patients that come through. more than half of the patient come for more than one service on any given day. They get their well visit done in the medical clinic, then they go upstairs, get their teeth cleaned. So that's generally how it has worked traditionally. But if you see on the higher end, we'll see anywhere between 20 to 25 patients a day, max 25 patients a day, all 3 service included. That will be still 3 to 4 patients an hour max per. And if you say you have patients parked there in a 2-hour window, because that's the most cars will be there at any given time, you would see about 8 to 10 cars from patients, 8 to 10 cars for employees. We're anticipating 20 cars at the most at any given time will be there on any day, including busy days.
That's at today's standard.
No, that is based on a growth of 20% increase. So right now,
But what I'm saying is that's prior to you occupying the second floor with additional services.
that is with occupying the second floor.
I'm sorry.
That number includes the second floor.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
I want to ask, talking numbers, like generally, behavioral health services, we've got certified nurses, psychiatrists, psychologists.
So we basically have psychiatrists, but all the psychiatrists that currently work at the Wright Center work from home, so they are remote.
Okay.
We have counselors. Half of them are working from home, half of them are on site. But their appointments are 1 hour long, so in an 8-hour day, they see about 6 to 7 patients a day at the most.
Therapists, physical therapists,
We don't have any physical
occupational
therapy.
therapists.
No occupational therapist.
Mr. Chairman, just for a point of reference, our old zoning ordinance, the parking requirement was 5 per each doctor at a peak time.
Yeah. No, I'm just, it's a big drop from what the requirement is, and I'm just concerned if we have dedicated employees that have come here tonight, I'm looking at 6 of them, so we'll say 9, that we're losing 9 spots or 10 spots right off the top of that, taking it down to 20 or 21 spots. I'm sorry, yeah. So my concern is, it's easy to say you're gonna have all walk-in, but I live a block away, I'd be driving to your building, and, you know what I mean, it just, a lot of people don't walk. It's a good neighborhood you're going to that, you know, you benefit from what you're gonna do. I'm all for the Wright Center, so this has nothing, I mean, just looking at some of the reliefs you're looking for. We'll move on from that, you know,
Can I add one more thing to that? The only reason that the Wright Center even assumed care of the patient at this clinic when Dr. Remick was retiring, even though we have a huge facility on South Washington Avenue, which is 45,000 square foot facility, is because 30% of the patients there were either taking the bus or walking to the facility. So we thought, well, what are these patients going to do? How are we going to service them? They cannot go to Washington Avenue, even though it's far. So that was the reason the Wright Center even assumed care here. And as soon as we came in here in 2 years, we felt like the facility needs a lot of upgrades, and hence this plan was put in place. So we the only reason we are here is because there is a footfall of 30% of our patients walk or take the bus.
With South Washington Avenue, 4,500 square feet, you say?
45,000 square feet.
45,000. With that parking lot is full all the time.
Yes.
And that's great, that's business. You're supposed to. You don't be in business for anything but to make money. So most of those rooms are used, busy on a regular schedule.
That also houses our administrative office. Secondly, we have about 11-ish full-time clinicians that are physically present in the building. This clinic will only have 1, maybe 2 clinicians full-time. So it's going to be quite a smaller clinic because our main hub is in German and it's in Scranton. So majority of the services were provided there. The smaller clinics are ultimately then referring patients into the bigger clinic when they need a higher level of care. Okay. So the requirement is different, but the reason that we compare to German, not South Washington, because German happens to be the busiest of all the Wright Center clinics. So we thought we should compare it to our busiest, not the second or the third busiest clinic.
Thank you, Doctor.
One other item I'd like to mention about the buffer yards, that the relief we're requesting is anywhere from 5 foot in the backyard to 3 down to 1 foot. They're all improvements on the existing conditions. There will be a landscape plan provided as part of the land development process that we will go through and will be reviewed by the City of Scranton engineer as well as Mr. King.
What's the distance from your left side of your parking lot that's adjacent to that home that's standing there? What's your distance off that property line?
Proposed 2.5 feet. Existing conditions, 0, proposed 2.5.
So that's where you're looking for a setback variance
So
there?
that's one of them. So in the rear, there's a setback requirement for 10 foot off of a residential zoning district. We're requesting that be dropped down to 5 feet. And in the front, there's a setback required off of a right-of-way of 3 feet. We're requesting that be reduced down to 1 foot.
So you're saying 1 foot off the sidewalk? From the
Correct.
sidewalk to the parking lot, in this case?
Correct. And in every condition, it is an improvement on the existing conditions.
And what would be the width of the sidewalk themselves? And the sidewalk would go to the curb, and then the width of the sidewalk itself?
So the existing curb along the PennDOT right-of-way is 6.5 feet. We're proposing it to be 5 foot, but we'll have to go through the PennDOT to get a permit and approval for that. So not only are they going to look at the driveway, but they're going to look at the sidewalk. But the sidewalk coming up to the building off of North Main Avenue will be approximately 5 feet wide.
Okay. And before you mentioned the buffer there, what's your plans? I know you said landscaping, but what's your plans? My concern is not when it goes back, because it goes on an angle there away from the property line, but adjacent to that house, what's your plans to stop any kind of reflection from hitting that house or annoying the people that live there, for a better choice of words?
Sure. As part of the land development plan, we'll be required to provide photometric calculations showing that site lighting does not cross over the property line. I'm assuming that was your...
No, I'm looking at if you're open in the evening hours when people pull in spots, their lights aren't going into that house.
Understood. So we have shown in the plan a row of, well, I like to call them arborvitaes. They're typically the most visually, but I know we've discussed it. The Wright Center would be very happy to put up an opaque fence, a visually, a good-looking fence if that is requested or required. I think that wouldn't be an issue.
I think just speak for myself, not the rest of the board, I'd rather see the fence up there. The fence is already 8 foot high or whatever they are compared to an arborvitae. Could take
Right.
a long time to get up to that speed there.
We actually have proposed fence called out on there.
Okay.
But whatever the city of Scranton prefers, I think the Wright Center would be happy to comply with.
Yeah, I'm not concerned once you get past the house, you could do your arborvitae's back there.
Right.
But again, because we won't get the calls, I mean, like I said that last year, once this is over, we're done with this. But the city will get a lot of phone calls from people living there if them lights are coming in the house.
Right.
Just like we'd be calling if it was too, so.
Understood.
All right, we'll put that on there. Go ahead, continue. We're going pretty good here.
Yeah, at this point, I have nothing else to present. Any other questions? We'd be happy to answer them. Oh, I'm sorry. Dr. Sheth has something to say.
So my team here was able to inform our patients that will be here today. So significant number of patients who were seen in this week have signed a testimony that they would like us to do this because it's going to just not only add more services, but add better conditions to where the patients are seen. So I want to submit that as, what is it called, exhibit?
Yeah, exhibits of patient testimony.
These are all patient testimonies.
Very good.
They've listed their name as well as phone number.
Did you give them a discount for these?
I just want to say they are
Better services? Along with the fence, I agree with a vinyl fence, whatever height would be allowed, 6, 8, and along the back also.
Okay.
Same thing.
Yeah, sure.
That's the alley. Your property borders the alley, correct?
Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
And we're going to work with the city of Scranton to determine if they would like us to. It's not great for vehicle access. We're going to work with the city to see if they would like it a chain put up because we know it's good for emergency access, or if they'd like some other way of deterring traffic coming in and out of the alley. Right now, significant traffic does use the alley to come to this facility. So we're going to, whatever the city of Scranton and the fire department are requesting, we'll work with them to make sure they're comfortable.
Yeah, I could see definitely not anything that is locked because if there's an emergency, fire trucks have to get in there, they can't find anybody, they're going to, one, get the master key, which is,
Yep. One of the main goals of the land development will be to sit down with the fire department and make sure they're comfortable with everything we're doing.
You'd have to come up to speak.
come on up.
You guys will do anything for a coupon, won't you?
We are. We brought North Scranton's finest today. Yes. Yep. I just wanted to add, now that we're talking about the parking and the drive-through traffic that does go when it's not a city road, it's like an alley and for tenants. My car personally got hit twice by people coming through during office hours, just to cut through. To be that light at the front. That's all I wanted to add. My car got hit, and there are 2 police reports to back that up.
No, you gave a good testimony. The doctor will take care of your car for you. So, thank you.
That's all I had to add.
Thank you. We're not done yet.
I do. Jennifer Kalinowski, Jennifer Kalinowski, Kalinowski. Thank you. Thank you for hearing me. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to be here tonight. I'm the current medical director of the North Scranton practice. I've been there for about 6 months, but I've been at the Wright Center for the last 6 years. So it was an honor when I was asked to come down and serve the community. My late grandfather, John Walker, is from Church Street. So my mom and her 2 brothers are both from the North Scranton area. So honored to serve the community. Also know, unfortunately, that my grandfather passed away when I was 8 from heart disease. So knowing that the community is so tight-knit, this clinic is so super important, and I feel since I've been there for the past 6 months that we're doing a great thing, but we don't have all the services there that these patients need. I have noticed there's a lot of patients that walk daily. They feel very comfortable at a smaller facility where they get to know me and the staff. And we are getting a lot of patients from New York City, believe it or not, that are relocating right in back of our building who are also walking. So I did want to just back that up, that I love North Scranton. I'm thrilled to be there. I hope to make my mom, my grandfather, my uncles proud by staying in North Scranton practice. And I hope to, you agree with expanding it and helping us out with the parking. But just speaking from experience, I'm the primary provider there. Other than our parking, there's usually 1 to 2 patients at a time, because my visits aren't supposed to be 15 minutes, but often they extend a little bit longer than that. So on a daily basis, our clinic, there's probably less than 10 parking spots that are taken, and sometimes it looks empty because a lot of the patients do come with public transportation or they do walk. So I just wanted to add that in. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Anyone else?
I do.
Kara Seitzinger, Kara Seitzzinger. I am the Executive Director of Public Affairs for the Wright Center for Community Health. Just a couple things I wanted to point out. I know you mentioned South Washington Avenue. I just wanted to put into the record that facility also houses graduate medical education and H&L labs, as well as a home health facility that's not part of the Wright Center. They're the upstairs, other upstairs tenants, so I know it does seem like a lot, but there are medical residents in our facility in South Washington Avenue at all times. I also wanted to point out, I currently serve on the Pineberg Revitalization Safe, Clean and Green Committee. UNC has applied for Elm Street designation for North Scranton. Our facility will be in the hub of that revitalization, so it would certainly benefit progress there. We've seen what it's done in Southside. We've seen what it's done in Pine Brook, so we're really proud of it. I can't attest better than our employees about our clinics. We're in North Scranton because Dr. Remick decided to retire. We thought we could matriculate those folks down to Southside. They want to be in their neighborhood. They want their care in their neighborhood. They walk to their neighborhood, they're bused, or as the girls had pointed out when we were sitting there, the vans take them there as well. That's all I have.
Anyone else? Last call. So the only stipulation we're going to look at is putting a fence up to block any lights the length of the house that's there. Beyond that, you know, go back to your shrubbery, whatever you want to put in there.
I'd like to see that across the back, too.
A fence across the back?
Yes, because the house is across the alley. When I was there 3 times, there's people on the back porches there in the backyard. The other day we were there and a big picnic going in the 2 yards over next to the vacant lot. Smelled really good too. But yeah, just lights shining in the yard, and you know if it was the same, cars are coming in, shining in your yard, we all get it. So yeah, I'd like to see that.
Isn't there an entrance and exit out of the back, though?
Existing conditions, yes. We're going to work with the city of Scranton. We don't think that should be used for access.
Okay.
We're going to work with the city of Scranton to see what the fire department would like us to do to make it so it's not a permanent in and out. But we know they're going to want some type of emergency access just in case.
Okay.
And we're working with PennDOT's also going to look at all access points to the property.
You have to look at your line of sight and everything on that front.
Yep. So we're going to present to PennDOT that the city of Scranton would like that to be chained or something just for emergency access.
Okay. Sounds good.
I'll make a motion with the conditions of the fence.
Second.
The fence, are we talking along the left side and the rear?
Along that, the left side, along that home for the length of the home. And then take it even down maybe about 20 feet beyond the home. This way, if they're in their backyard, you're not, you know, coming into the yard.
In the rear, I'm not so sure if they're going to have an emergency entrance or exit, how you're going to fence that in back there, but that's, I don't know.
Sure, there's a decent portion where we can a fence would still work.
Okay.
It'd block at least half of the visual, more than half of the visual.
Yeah, I think you can make a decision once you rectify it with the city fire department what they're going to require.
Yeah, because in the one print, it did show a proposal for a 24-foot swinging fence back there.
Yes.
Now, what, 24 feet, whatever you want, I don't care, as long as it's, enough to 10 feet, whatever.
Well, yeah, right now the driveway is 24 feet because that's what's required in ordinance, and it's good for traffic flow. But yeah, again, whatever the city of Scranton and the emergency services request or require, that's what we'll do.
One more question. I don't think we asked. Your signage, before I forget, you have illuminated signs on the building or in front of the building?
So I can answer that. So the signage always becomes a challenge depending on where we are. So I will tell you, if a signage is permitted to be lighted, we'll put a lighted sign. But we have a clinic in Dixon City where they did not want a lighted sign, so it is a sign that sits on the ground with like a focus light just on the sign, but it's not a lit sign. We will do whatever is needed because really our footfall is from word of mouth. We are not advertising there. We don't need a big logo there. Whatever is permitted by the board or whoever makes the decision will do that.
Well, I mean, it's going to be your call. The only thing I'd request if you have a sign that is lit, it'd be in the front of the building, away
Yes.
from the neighbors.
Yeah, we don't expect to put any.
I mean, you have
signs.
enough lightage across the street for the gas station, everything else that's there, so.
So we definitely, if we do put a lighted sign, it'll be on the front of the building, won't be on the sides at all.
And I mean, you'll deal with the city for that when it comes to the permits and what's required
Yes.
and not required.
Yes.
Very good. We have a motion?
On the motion, Mr. Morris,
Yes.
Mr. Walsh,
I just want to say it looks like a great addition to the neighborhood, and I'm going to vote yes.
Mr. Welby.
Yeah, I'm still bothered with all of the, I will vote yes, all of the empty rooms and saying there's very few people working there or patients, but I mean, you've got 10 rooms here and 6 rooms there and 4 dental and behavioral health rooms. I still don't understand how these rooms aren't going to be used, which then would be staff and more patients. But that's bothers me a lot. because there is no parking in that neighborhood. You live on Church Street, there's no parking anywhere. That's a factor that does bother me, but yes, I will vote yes.
Okay. And vote yes, and right off of what Mr. Waltz said, I think it's a great operation you're going to have there. It's neatest throughout the city. I have personal dealings with the Wright Center down on South Washington Avenue with a family member, and can't ask for better care than what they get down there. So hopefully we'll carry over that one. And good luck with it, and look forward to seeing it up. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your support, and I promise you we will make the community proud and will provide very good service. Thank you.
And take care of these employees here.
Thank you.
Yeah. How about a free flu shot?